Mia's weekend adventures. Mia had always looked forward to the weekends. During the school week, her life was a whirlwind of homework, classes, and trying to keep up with everything. But when Friday afternoon finally rolled around, a sense of freedom washed over her like the first breeze of spring. This particular weekend felt extra special. The sun was shining, the air was crisp, and Mia had a whole Saturday to herself. No plans, no chores, just the possibility of whatever she wanted to do. On Saturday morning, after waking up a bit later than usual, she made herself a bowl of cereal and sat by the window. The birds were chirping, and she could hear the distant hum of people starting their days. She smiled. Today was going to be a good day. Mia's first stop was the little coffee shop in the neighborhood. She'd been meaning to try there. New pastries, and today felt like the perfect day. The shop smelled of freshly ground coffee and warm cinnamon. She ordered a croissant and a hot chocolate, then settled into one of the cozy chairs by the window, watching the world go by. As she sipped her drink, Mia noticed a group of kids her age walking by. One of them waved, and Mia waved back, feeling like she was part of the pulse of the weekend morning. After a while, she grabbed a notebook from her bag and jotted down some ideas for a short story she'd been thinking about. There was something about the calm hum of the coffee shop that made it the perfect writing space. By noon, Mia was ready for something a little more adventurous. She grabbed her bike, popped on her helmet, and headed to the park. The sun was high now, and the park was buzzing with families, joggers, and people walking their dogs. Mia found her favorite spot under a big oak tree and sat down with her sketchbook. She loved drawing things she saw in the park, the way the sunlight dappled the leaves, the squirrels hopping from branch to branch, and the bright flowers blooming along the path. As the afternoon wore on, Mia met up with a couple of her friends at the ice cream truck near the park. They laughed, shared stories, and tried to guess what flavor was most popular that day. It was one of those moments where everything felt easy, and the world seemed like it was in just the right place. Later, after a few more fun activities and some time to relax at home, Mia took a walk around the neighborhood as the sky started to turn soft pink. The evening air was cool, and the street lights flickered on, casting a gentle glow. She made a mental note of how lucky she was to have these simple, perfect weekends. A day spent writing, drawing, and hanging out with friends was the kind of day she never wanted to end. By the time Sunday came around, Mia was ready for a quieter pace. She read a book, baked some cookies, and spent time with her family. Sundays were for recharging, after all. But by the time she went to bed, she was already dreaming about the next weekend, about all the little moments she could fill with adventure, creativity, and good company. And just like that, Mia's weekends became a treasure chest of simple joys, waiting to be discovered repeatedly.